Well, good evening and welcome to our Sounds of the Season. Now, when I originally came up with the title, I'm like, that sounds good. Then I look back and that was last year's program that we never got to perform. So I'm very grateful that we get to have a concert this evening. They're healthy, they're here. You're healthy, you're here. Or at least you're here. But we are very excited. But the more I looked at our program, I decided I should change the title. Today is going to be more about holiday traditions and the memories we make around the holiday season. Most of the music we are going to play this evening has some sort of attachment to a memory for myself, as well as I'm sure many of us. The piece we're going to go into right now might take you back to a time where you gather around the TV as a family, and whether it be ABC Family 25 Days of Christmas, or if you're one of those people that like to watch the same actors on the same set with the same fake snow on the Hallmark Channel. Yeah. This next piece is about some of our favorite holiday movies. Tonight, I also encourage you to put your phone down. Take this in live. Josh King, our wonderful auditorium manager, has done a great job that this will be available on YouTube, and you can watch it in its entirety instead of having to watch it through your screen. So, I encourage you to live in the moment because this is the only time we will be doing this right now. Next year's a different band. Last year didn't even happen. So sit back, enjoy the family time, and enjoy some of our holiday traditions as we continue with the evening. Now, one of the other classic traditions by a guy named Charles Dickens wrote a Christmas tale long ago that I'm sure we've all read, seen a movie about, but tonight you have an exclusive. Tonight, we are going to bring the story to life for you. We're going to perform the music, and we have a special guest to help us narrate the story. Will you please welcome Assistant Director of Bands, Mr. Donald Showich. Here is the classic tale of A Christmas Carol.
Once upon a time, on Christmas Eve, Ebenezer Scrooge sat alone in his room. He sat in front of the fire, hating Christmas, hating his fellow man, and saying, "Bah humbug" to everything. When suddenly his chamber bell began to ring all by itself. The basement door boomed as it opened on its own. And he heard the sounds of ghostly moans and chains dragging up his stairs. Before him appeared the ghost of Jacob Marley, dead now 7 years. You will be visited by 3 spirits. Heed their words, change your ways, or my fate will be yours. The ghost of Christmas past came first, showing Scrooge scenes of his childhood, young love won and lost. The ghost of Christmas present was a giant man, sitting amongst a Christmas bounty and bidding Scrooge to join him for scenes of Christmas merriment. Come in, and know me better, man. A lone figure in robes stood silently before Scrooge. It was the ghost of Christmas yet to come. The spirit led Scrooge to a graveyard where those gathered laughed and spoke ill of the recently deceased. The name on the tombstone read Ebenezer Scrooge. Scrooge woke to find it was Christmas morning. The spirits had done it in one night. With joy in his heart, he rushed outside to wish a Merry Christmas to all.
Sometimes it's amazing what you can convince your colleagues to do. He made fun of me for wanting to decorate so much, and then he shows up wearing that. So he mocks me, but I think he likes it too. Well, the other family tradition I had was as we would gather around Christmas morning, before we were allowed to open any of the presents, we had to read a Christmas story. And for any young child having to sit there and look at the presents as someone's trying to read you a story is torture. I guess the consolation was it's a pop-up book. I think the book is still around today. I won't even tell you how many years we've been reading the same book because that'll reveal my age. So it's only been a few years. But I think it's a book I received in like kindergarten. But it's a classic at this point. But to carry on with that tradition, we have a special guest to read a Christmas story for us. Will you please welcome, I'm going to escort Grandma out. Grandma here. Grandma's going to read us a story to help us get in the Christmas spirit. So just sit back and listen as Oh no. That didn't go as planned. Oh well, on we go. So sometimes when I'm listening to music, I find a piece we like, and then they influence me to do things like that. Or we'll just sit in my office and what if, and then it turns into reality. So I hope you enjoy some of our lame wit, because it's not going away. Before our next piece, I would like you to say Melakaliki Maka to our band booster president, Mr. Ken.
Good evening. I know what you're thinking. Usually this chubby guy gets up here and talks about how band booster meetings are the fourth Tuesday of every month except December. But I'm not going to tell you that band booster meetings are the fourth Tuesday of every month except December. And you think to yourself, usually this guy gets up and he tells us all about how Van Andel and Razorite can help us pay band fees. But I'm not going to tell you about how Van Andel and Razorite can pay band fees. I'm not even going to tell you that there's a swag table outside where you can buy t-shirts, window clings, popcorn buckets, great Christmas present, and so much more. I lied to Mr. Rubel, and I told him I was going to say all of that, but what I'd really like to do is give some holiday appreciation, first of all, to each and every one of you, as you are each band boosters. Without you, it still happens, but it's not as cool. Specifically, Heather, the vice president of the band boosters, would like to come up and thank the band boosters the actual band booster board. So if I could get them to stand when she names them.
All right. Well, you've met Ken, our president. I'm Heather, our vice president. Jody Marvin is our treasurer. I'm not sure he's actually here tonight. He is a very, very busy man. We do have a treasurer of individual accounts, Tiffany Simpson. I know she's out there somewhere. Stand up. Our secretary is Amy Heinzelman. I'm not sure if, did you make it, Amy? There she is. Our volunteer coordinator, Jessica Rowland. Our Van Andel coordinator is Tiffany Summers. I believe, did you make it in the room, Tiffany? Our concessions coordinator is Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. I wasn't going to try to pronounce your last name. I do it wrong every time. And her assistant is Connie Chandler, who's down here. Stand up, Connie. Dear Lord. And our uniform coordinator is Jennifer Myers. Is Jen here tonight? Okay, well, when she does, we're going to all turn and look at her. We do have gifts for all of you. Come see me afterwards, okay? I have a special gift for our band booster president tonight. Get over here, Ken.
Not a golf cart, I don't want it.
He's going to open it so you can all see whether or not it is a golf cart.
It looks a bit small to be a golf cart.
Oh. Ross? What is it, Ken?
It is a golf cart.
It is a golf cart. It is a working golf cart. I don't want to hear about it anymore. We also have gifts for our director tonight. Without him, all of these kids would probably be running around crazy.
With him there.
Okay, well, with him, they are running around crazy as well. Tear it up good.
Well, I just had to make sure I read the card. I always got told you didn't read the card.
Well, that is true. Yes, I want to give another thank you to Jessica Rowland for helping me get Ken and Ryan's gifts around.
Mr. Rubel, and then the back reads, I'm sorry I'm a mean band director. Number 2, I'll try to be nicer. Number 3, 1 and 2 are lies. Number 4, go practice.
I do have one more reason for being up here. I know we announced all the band boosters. Those sounded like some pretty exciting positions. Any of those could be filled by any of you. You just got to come to the fourth Tuesday of every month except December. Right now, we are, in fact, selling these signs. They are handcrafted with some amount of love, not a lot. I have been told that some of the first batch, it's been a learning experience for me. Some of the first batch may be peeling. If you have a peeler in that first batch, please come and see me. I will fix it, because that's how much love I have in each one of these signs. These signs were dedicated, or where the idea of these signs came because Mr. Rubel has a very similar sign hanging up in the band room from way back when he was a student many, many, many years ago. Like 2 decades and half a head of hair. So I couldn't actually do these signs without doing a new one for Mr. Rubel, because he's not a student anymore. But I didn't want it to look like the sign that he already has hanging up. It's very dark in here. So on behalf of the band boosters and myself, Mr. Rubel, thank you for all that you do. Now I know what you're thinking. I want an orange sign. Well, graduate high school, go through about 25 years of college, get your master's degree and a doctorate, come back, kick Mr. Rubel out, take over his job, and I will make you an orange band sign with love. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Mr. Ken. Your eyes are not deceiving you. I know all of the band moms are freaking out right now because they see the students on stage in not black socks. It is okay. We are all wearing our festive socks tonight. Little did I know that this was also festive sock day for high school teachers. And part of it was we had to bring 7 or so many people to the office wearing festive socks. Mr. O, does it count if I bring the entire band to a concert wearing festive socks? Yes. Yay! Top that, Mrs. Sprague. Our next piece is a conglomeration of about as many holiday tunes we could put into one. A Christmas festival written by Mr. Leroy Anderson, who has also written a very famous tune you'll hear later tonight. But here is a Christmas festival. Sit back and enjoy as many holiday tunes as we can put into it. Before we conclude our concert, I have to say thank you. Many people often ask me, why are you a teacher? And in today's world, that question comes up quite often. And my answer is, because I get to do this. I get to spend my days and my evenings with the coolest kids around and make some awesome music. And in between, maybe make some memories and some life lessons. So I am extremely grateful that I get to do what I do, and we get to share it with people that appreciate it. So thank you to you. Thank you to our community. Thank you to our district who is so supportive of this program. We're going to conclude tonight's concert with a Belding tradition. It needs no introduction. You'll recognize it when you hear it, and you probably read it in your program. So from our band family to you, happy holidays. Enjoy the green Christmas they're predicting, but we're hoping we can make it snow a little bit for you.